Live, a live coverage of the Dota 2 Asia Championship presented by Perfect World. Day one almost at an end as we come to our 7th match of the day. Just one more after this one as well was his Secret in action against IG in the final match. We've had a little bit of a change up on the panel. We needed some expertise. Instead, we've got Fogged and Cap joining us.
Never fails to get a laugh from me, Paul.
That's a little overused now. That one's just not really working for us anymore.
It's actually really nice to have you back on the panel. Yeah, no, it is.
I feel like I haven't seen you in like 2 weeks.
It's been at least 10 days since we last saw each other.
It's been
Jack
good.
and I were talking about this earlier. It's like the flying circus. We're literally flying around the world, and we're like, bye guys, safe flight, wherever you're going. Oh, we see you in 2 days. Oh,
at
this point in time, we just flip each other off, and we're like, well,
I stopped saying safe flight. In the beginning, I remember I was like, I did like Manila Major, and I'm like, Paul, it was a pleasure working with you. I can't wait to work with you again. Now it's just like, delete the WhatsApp group, like, move on to the next thing.
Yeah, no one says goodbye to each other anymore.
No, we've got past that. We might be saying goodbye to one of these teams if they don't start winning, because I know it's early days on day one, but paiN are 0-1 already, could be 0-2, and then things start looking a bit shaky after that. But it's hard to look past Virtus.pro, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, you know, how'd you beat him? I'm not going to Jack because Jack's useless. Jack, I asked him earlier on, how'd you beat Virtus.pro? He was like mumbled some words and came out with some vague excuses and some things they might have to. But really, who knows how to beat Virtus.pro right now?
I believe Yanni's has some advice for paiN Gaming.
For paiN Gaming,
to beat VP.
Well, I think they're really going to struggle, but I think I say this every time I'm talking about paiN Lightning. I mean, King RD just has to go ham. He's like the key to success. That's not what I told you, but we'll keep that one. We'll keep that one to ourselves. The weak link, I mean, the weak link absolutely for paiN is arms. I've seen him in multiple of their games, and he really struggles pretty much any of the times. They sack him a lot of times, but he does even seem like when they give him the favorable matchups, he has some struggles.
One of the other things you told me before is that they need comfort heroes. They need to play the heroes they're playing regularly on a regular basis. Now, earlier on today, they picked 5 heroes, all of which were either their first or second most played for each of the players, and they still lost.
Jeez. Yeah, who were they playing against earlier? That was versus...
now you've got me.
No, I've got you. Jack, who were they playing earlier?
That was so long ago, Mineski.
It was Mineski, right?
Who did struggle a little bit in the game.
That game was very close. Yeah. I thought paiN was actually going to win that game.
Could have done in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, I mean, I still think that's the case. I think this is already a good opener as we see coming up. They've got their Sand I think that's one of King RD's best.
Got the Sand King.
However, I mean, they're playing versus VP. This is going to be such a hard matchup. VP is on fire right now, as they have been.
And VP is going to go with
Why are you giving me this smile, Jack?
A couple majors in a row, on fire. I'd say.
Yeah.
Look at you.
VP is going to go with the opener of pick a hero and pick the counter to it. Death Prophet, and then make sure that you can't get Ancient Apparition on paiN Gaming, which is really good with the Sand King anyway against Death Prophet. So it's a nice little 1-2 punch from them. Then we're going to have an Enchantress.
All right.
On the other side,
I saw this opener by who were we casting earlier? Me and Owen. We Liquid opened this, but they were versus a Gyrocopter, so it made a lot of sense. The Enchantress, you can actually get popped pretty easily by these 2 heroes. Death Prophet and AA are definitely pretty good versus Ench.
Yeah, Death Prophet, she actually does like relatively okay versus Enchantress just because she likes closing the gap so much.
Yep. And then AA for the obvious reasons.
Not a high HP, not much HP obviously on the Enchantress, prone to like Magical Burst, but also something that just runs at the AA. It makes AA's life real miserable coming into that safe lane. So.
You guys are invading my area. They're invading my area. You saw this? Jack slowly moving over more. I had to
what
move
do you think
his hand.
I am over here, a referee?
Yeah, this is
you can look
unbelievable.
after yourself, can't you? Good shoulders.
Jack thinks just because he's got this beautiful haircut now and everything, he can just bully me. See, now it's all you guys are the bullies. Actually, Cap bullies me. Everyone just bullies me.
I don't bully you. I encourage you.
He challenges you.
Untrue. You do that as well, but you bully me too.
Never forget Yanni's. I could pull out some stories about me taking care of Yanni's. All right.
That's actually true.
Never forget.
That is very
not
true.
the bully on this panel.
He's right.
Hey, I used that Harry Potter spell on his glasses before. Tried to help him out.
He did.
Yeah.
I don't know what this reference is.
Oh, were you not at that event where he broke his glasses in half?
I do, and then he tried to glue
definitely
it together.
was. He was there.
You did some magic spell on it?
Ocular Sipario. It didn't work particularly well. Maybe I'm not Harry Potter, but I did try at least.
Did try.
That's my effort.
You thought just because you were British, you could pull something
Maybe.
out?
I don't know. Yeah, something like that.
That was the event that you saved me, Cap.
But he saved you as well?
He saved me.
Wow,
Yes, on
you
the
got
final
saved all
day,
over
he
the
saved me.
place.
So speaking of saves,
Yeah,
they get Tusk to protect that Death Prophet.
Snowball save, as well as the fact that it gives you shards to block out mid, which gives Death Prophet just a free kill a lot of times. So mid lane is going to be dangerous. You want probably kind of like almost a dead lane kind of hero in that position.
Have you ever been trolled by a Tusk on your own team?
Like, as in he
Not too
snowballs
much.
it and picks me up?
On purpose to take you away from something you were fighting for, and then
No.
charge you in the middle to stop you getting.
No.
No,
really-
usually I'm the
really
one
annoying.
that I'm the one that picks the Tusks.
Yeah,
so
I play
I don't let
Tusk.
them. I don't let these people do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that, people. It's not nice.
It's a sensible pairing. I mean, with the AA, your other support is gonna have to be someone that has some tempo or playmaking ability. And the Tusk, I don't know if like a lot of these teams. I feel like if you're a Virtus.pro or something, you're probably not gonna give away a whole lot during the group stage. You're just gonna keep things very simple and very straightforward. If you can already beat everyone that way, you don't even have to really try anything that you specifically prepared, even early on, like after the group stage. So that's how they can afford to go through the group stage of this kind of tournament.
Yeah, I agree. Some standard. Like, I mean, we see like Tusk Death Prophet. That's like such a traditional lane that we see so often. And now VP, they take the DK as well. So DK versus Puck's always going to be nice. And I mean, these just complement each other, right? And now we don't know. This DK could go in 2 different lanes as well. They'll have a lot of variety coming in between their cores already.
Yeah, good potential to be an offlaner as well. Also,
Exactly.
Obviously, Death Prophet is also picked for that reason early on. It's a hero where whatever lane you throw it in, she's going to be able to get something out of it. There are no absolutely horrible matchups, really, for this hero that are comfortably picked early on.
Their lineup is crazy squishy right now. The Enchantress and Puck cores.
Yes.
Yep.
You know, if they could play it, I would say they should pick up 5-position Dark Willow. With the Puck and everything, gives you really good magic burst damage as well. You're going to want that against both the Death Prophet.
You're talking about paiN here?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not a Willow
I don't think
team.
they play it. Yeah, I don't think that they play it.
Willow.
But if they did, every team, honestly, every team should have been grinded that immediately.
I mean, I'm sure they are.
Everybody knew that hero was going to be pretty strong.
Yeah. I'm sure every team's played it or practicing it, but they're not playing it in official with some of the teams.
Yeah.
And I guess that comes down to what, comfort, style, mix of team,
Yeah, maybe
whether
they
the
just
player's
don't.
happy on it.
Yeah. Not sure whether or not they can really fit it in. I do feel like it's more of like a 4 or 5 position.
I like it with a little more
bit
farm.
5. Yeah.
I like it with a little bit more farm personally. I think like with Sand King, it's okay. Yeah, like personally, I mean, I've seen it good on 5 position as well, but I like it when it has a bit more. I think Witch Doctor's safer here though. If they wanted to.
Pros are playing it 3 or 4.
Oh. We got a. I see someone. Someone's really excited for that pick already.
Yes, I wonder who that might be.
I hope that Toby doesn't get to cast a single black hole.
That's never happened in the history of Dota either.
No.
I hope that like this Enigma just gets trashed so hard, like he's level 5 at the end of the game. That's what I hope.
Whoa! But who's playing the Enigma?
I feel some caster jealousy in the room.
No, it's
No,
not
I don't think
jealousy.
so.
I'm okay without casting.
He just likes hating on Toby. But who's playing the Enigma though, right?
Oh yeah, this is weird.
It's
They're
Tavo.
doing an
This would be
Enchantress
Tavo.
support.
It
So
would be Tavo.
it's gonna be Tavo. So
No,
that means
it's
it's gonna
definitely
be.
gonna be
So
Tavo.
Duster is gonna be playing the Enchantress.
Sand King or in 4 position.
And in 4
King
position,
RD, King RD would be the Sand King?
King RD definitely
Yeah,
on the Sand King.
for sure.
And then they're gonna.
And
Okay.
then the Ench potentially will be
Do you
Duster's.
really just tank Enchantress like that? 5
I think
position
so.
Enchantress?
Yeah.
Duster is the Chen
Don't you
player.
just literally just get blown up all the time?
Yeah, I mean maybe that's why they're.
That's the sacrifice.
I think
Don't
that's
even
why,
give your-
right?
You don't even give your allies like.
But
You don't even give Jack.
for me, I think they're like this Enchantress already. Look at the heroes that they picked it into. This Enchantress is gonna die, right? So they're already like, okay, this needs to be the
it's just like,
playmaker.
okay,
Chuck it in
we're
5.
not gonna try to get ambitious or move her up a position.
Yeah, you take her down.
we're just
Jack.
we're just gonna.
Why? What happened? What do you do?
What do you think just happened?
What do you do?
I had just rested for a moment before we continue talking about this troll. There's the troll.
Did you just have a mini rest?
There's the troll with the final pick.
Did you
Thanks
actually
for
just
that,
have a
Jack.
mini rest? Did he really? No, he didn't.
Absolutely, he just did. Give a shit posting on Twitter about Naga Siren sleep. Jesus Christ.
So troll. Okay. So that's their tower push. That's their objective taker. But
And it's got nice synergy, I guess, with this 5-position Enchantress. I don't know, whatever.
But I'm not.
Maybe it's puck support. I don't know.
Well,
no,
could
wait,
be.
we're doing
Yeah,
something crazy.
could be,
No, that's
probably
not
not.
it. That's not it.
I'm not crazy about Troll versus Death Prophet.
Hey,
I've seen this matchup a couple times, and I see the Troll run in, and you die to Death. You die to Death Prophet to the spirits.
It that did?
Yeah, Seal Scepter causes you a lot of
Exactly.
Puck support though. Who was it that did puck support?
Z-Freak.
We've seen Z-Freak,
Yes.
we've seen
Oh,
Zai
yeah.
do it.
PG's done it before.
We've seen a
yeah.
couple people do
But
it.
it can't really fit in here because you've got both Enigma
No, it's
and
true.
Enchantress.
Yeah.
So some weird stuff.
So what's the last
It
pick?
is weird. We'll have to wait and see who picks what. Tavo is the Enigma player on this team though, so
He is. He's gonna play it for sure. I mean, he's gonna. I hope he doesn't
Yeah.
go Midas though. Not a fan of. I'm actually not a fan of Midas anymore. I think you just go Dominator. Just feels much better on the
Dominator
hero.
is just too good of an item. I feel like when in doubt, you just always go Dominator. I mean,
You're just saying that because you have the King on your team, and the King always
the
goes
regen
Dominator.
it gives you the presence, the extra creep that adds some utility. I mean, it's just like it's such a good item, and it's
Yeah.
not that expensive either.
and the puck
And-
finish things.
I
up.
was say Pugna. Pugna. It's a good team fighter. Gives you magic damage that you kind of
Yeah.
want.
So
It's got
Tavo
Decrepify.
against
against the
Amazing,
Troll.
amazing
Great
versus
save
Troll.
against the
Yes,
troll as
super
well.
good.
It's not even just about the save. It's something we've always said about Troll is this hero gets destroyed when there's heavy amounts of burst and magic damage, and now there's Pugna and AA. So I feel like that Troll's really gonna struggle.
And the one thing is that they don't have a BKB piercing disable, right?
They just
Going
have
through that.
Walrus Punch.
Wallace Punch.
I mean-
pretty difficult, but you can do it. Blink behind the Enigma.
They could build, of course, Dominator, get Troll creeps, but
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that they may need to do.
All right, Jack.
Yeah.
Prediction time.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to.
Did you
go
look
with,
into your dreams, Jack? Is that what you were doing?
he had
preparing
something
for the
written,
prediction?
written on the inside of his eyelid. He knows he's got a cheat sheet in
I'm
there.
sorry, I'm gonna have to go with Virtus.pro here again. That's not a difficult pick, but you know who knows.
You're unbelievable. I'm also going to go VP. I think that they have a way stronger draft overall at all stages. I think it's all up to this Enigma really to have spectacular black holes for Toby.
What do you think?
Well, let's see what
Production, what do you
let's,
think?
Let's see what production.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
what do you know?
production. You know me. You know me.
Just-
Thank you.
It's like you're in their minds inside the production area. They're just somehow tuned into you. Thanks very much, gents. Time to move over to our commentary team. As we've already intimated, there is one man who is particularly excited about the fact that he's got an Enigma to commentate. I'll hand you over to our more than capable commentary team.
I don't know what you're talking about, really. I'm just trying to I'm reeling from the Virtus.pro bias that's there on the panel. What about South American Dota?
What about it? I'm just kidding.
I'm hoping this game's gonna go well. Obviously, as a Enigma Black Hole lover, I'm all for a good game, but I fear Tavo, like the panel was talking about the ability to potentially have good BK, like what penetrates a BKB, but will he even reach a BKB? Like the range and AoE of silence from Death Prophet alone is enough to mess up everything he wants to do, let alone the other lanes.
Nah, VP, paiN needs BKB on Troll and Enigma to actually like ever win a fight. And until that point, VP's tempo and pace is going to be out of control. Like they'll just kill anybody that gets stunned or shard blocked. You can decrep somebody and just blast them off the map with AA. Like it's so much burst.
This is a full trap right now, Virtus.pro, but all 5 players in towards the north. The shards, it'll actually separate HFN. There's not a lot he can do to get out of this one. Well, the Burrow Strike in the back line. Solo, he'll just cut his way through the trees. Roger's still in the neighborhood, but Solo, one more attack. Hey, toe-to-toe, one piece. Even though the bounding rings may be a little bit different, Roger needs to get out of this one. He's got shards available. He's going to try and push himself down the hill and away. The Burrow Strike's there from King Huddy. You have to keep the distance close. Roger, Fairy Fire, TP out. It gives him enough life to survive.
He would have died without Fairy Fire. So good decision, really fast.
Love it, love it. Action-packed, no heavy farming. That's what you want, Kyle. That's
like
what you want.
This is as many kills we had last game in like 12 minutes, and we didn't even get started yet.
See? Everything comes up.
It'll be interesting. I think the DK against Puck is like the key matchup here, because if DK gets like an early Blink or Shadow Blade and kills this Puck like one time, all of a sudden Arms' game is just over. And Puck needs to go off this game, I think, to kind of control the tempo. Otherwise, VP can get so many early towers. I don't know how paiN comes back.
Trouble up on the top lane. Yeah, gets slowed down enough by the enchant. Duster never got to use the enchant on the camp because Pasha was body blocking it. And, well, if that enchant was available to slow down Pasha and just get him just enough damage with the Troll Warlord to get the kill. And now Duster will move a little bit further back out. What's he got? He's got a Dark Troll Summoner to affect things. Maybe, as you said, in towards that mid lane. Work nicely against the DK with 2 points in Dragon Blood. Okay, yeah, don't gang mid. That's not going to work for you.
No, you really should just go elsewhere. Probably into this bottom lane even. Maybe just like soak up the lane as Enigma goes to jungle.
Yeah,
but
and Enigma, by the way, what the hell is he wearing? Like, it's like a choker.
Have you really never seen one of those before, Toby?
I
thought you were experienced.
No, not with that. Like, I'm a lover, not a choker. The only choking I do is in my games.
These don't have to be mutually exclusive. In mid lane, Sand King is running towards middle. I would really like to see him mess with this pull in the bottom lane and or even pull the creep wave.
He's actually TPing over straight away towards Solo. You want to mess with something? Malefice, first level. One more stun available. King RD will have to run up and to the right. Solo, get a munch and a happy tree. Wants to have enough life, he can keep this run going, and he will.
This is not worth it.
He's got 295 movement speed versus the 295 of SK. So SK will never be able to close the distance until Tavo can do that, thanks to his boots and the creep wave coming in.
No, it's still not worth it. It's like, even if they kill him bottom lane, there's like multiple creep waves just there. No one's denying.
Keep the
you
vision.
don't do
keep
this.
The vision. Keep the creep wave. Just keep going. He's like, hey, Enchantress, can you come over and help? She's going to TP in as well. They are hunting Solo as much as they can. His regeneration was starting to wear off. And finally with the Burrow Strike, King RD will find the kill on the Solo. Actually, it's going to be the creep wave that gets the kill. But still, a kill is a kill.
No, no, that's not how it works. That's not good.
Remember what the Monty Python boys always said.
What did they say? They said a lot of things.
Oh, always look on the bright side of life. Duster, nice rotation towards the top, works with the Troll Warlord, and DeathProfit will also TP out. For everyone who really knows what they say, though, I said no one expects the Spanish Inquisition. So do not judge them heavily. It's 4 kills to 1. They have a 1k gold advantage right now. They're going to get even more aggressive up onto Pasha with the Hadouken and King RD rotating in. Pasha will die underneath the tier 1 tower. paiN Gaming able to get nice and aggressive in all their lanes. Even Tavo getting levels into this tier 2 tower after it got pushed too heavily by the Pugna.
Yeah, this is actually big for them. I didn't realize how crushed Pasha was getting up top, but if DP gets behind, he's a creep.
Yep.
Like you kind of just die for the rest of the game, and they're crushing top lane.
And you're enabling HFN too. Like, he's gonna have a great time if Duster can also finally find some levels too. This is exactly what paiN want to have with a momentum-based troll, a hero who will have issues against the Pugna eventually.
And the only thing is this DK is enormous right now, and no one is also just completely free farming down bottom with lane control. So they need to keep crushing top. This ward has helped them out a lot. It's been up the entire game for the most part.
King RD, level 1 Burrow Strike. It's just not big enough.
That's what she said.
I was not doing it. I was abstaining.
I missed the Monty Python.
I was abstaining. Yeah. See, you gotta catch up with this. We haven't cast a lot together for a while now, man. You gotta remember my humor. Pasha in trouble once more. Duster just harassing him back off this top lane. Can't even say an experienced range. That's a hard knock life.
Yeah, mid's still like the key lane, I think, for both teams. They're both the tempo controllers, and Ramses is kind of going to need to do stuff in this game, take these towers to get VP the advantage they need, because Pasha is really going to be unable to get himself back into the game. He is still level 2.
Yeah. Conversions being hunted by Solo. Tavo, he's got a couple of conversions to give a little bit of extra damage, as well as a puck rotating in. He'll have to orb and connect, and Solo understands that. That's why he runs further down the river. No level 6 onto Arm, so he can't get the control he wants just yet. And they will run away safely. More space for Ramses. And Dragon Form popped. He's going to add pressure to that mid tower.
Yeah, I really wish they weren't chasing Solo around so much, because while they're winning in the kill score department, they lose a lot when they just chase that guy with 3 heroes, and wow, Enigma just exploded in the bottom lane. Holy crap. Yeah, Pugna hit 6, and he didn't recognize like just how powerful that would be. He thinks he can TP out, and no, he died with like 2.5 seconds to go.
Yeah. It is not a happy day for an Enigma. King RD gonna try and contest solo for the rune. Ain't gonna happen for both of them. Actually, he can Burrow Strike and they denied the haste rune. All right, that'll work.
I can actually save solo there. I think a hasted Sand King might be able to just click him down.
Should also flag too the fact that Virtus.pro's vision got a little bit more restricted. They still have that observe ward up on the top lane, just blocking the pull point for the moment. But they had an observe ward in the mid lane, Virtus.pro 2, and that got almost instantly dewarded by paiN. So a little bit more difficult to watch the rotations of the Enchantress. She does come towards the mid. They're trying to get Ramses to burn the Dream Call stun. It will not happen. Ramses just tanks through it. Arms has enough life. Actually damage. Oh, the snowball. Attempted save by Roger, just half a second too late. He may lose his life for this as well with the Burrow Strike forward. paiN Gaming chalk up another 2. Solo was rotating, but a little too late.
paiN's playing this game great so far, and they're
taking top 2. That'll get pushing even harder. Oh, goodbye, Enigma. Oh, that blast. At least he's got the Malphite to slow down no one's attack. And that does actually save his life. He'll come over and Shrine Burn.
No. I'm not sure I like no one's item build down bottom. I really like when Pugnas go for either early Soul Ring or Aether Lens, sometimes even both, because it allows them to just spam, pressure this tower, and stay on map. But when you rush Veil, you really don't have the mana pool to sustain yourself and stay out on map all the time. So
Smoke
he's not going to scale as fast as he should.
Dust is going to break it. HFN needs to get out of this one fast, and he cannot do so. The Whirling Axe will at least connect onto 3 of the heroes. They can't just punch him. He's going to hold the 17-1 charges and descending. He is most definitely doomed.
Big kill.
He was the #1 net worth as well for paiN. 3.4, 3.5k, actually above all players of Virtus.pro. They got a little bit more of an injection because they took that tier 1 tower in the top lane very early on. I think Tavo is itching for a fight. Still no black hole on this Enigma. It's also still very under-leveled for all the supports just because they've spent most of the time rotating between the lanes. And the vision also going a little bit dark. So no aggressive wards for Virtus.pro. They got rid of one of the aggressive wards of paiN. All right, this is one way to do it. All right, everyone force bottom.
Yep. As long as the puck sits mid, they can't really push that hard or pressure with the DK, so they're Gucci.
Well, they're pressuring the puck with the DK. He'll take the stun. 18-1 charges up his sleeve, as well as no jaunt. Gonna hold back.
They smoke down bottom.
Yeah, they want to come down here. King RD already popped one, realizing no one's on the run in. You still have no black hole. He's just a little bit short. The tier 1 tower's not down either. They Burrow Strike 4, but here's Sol and Roger in through the rear, and a perfect shot. Tavo locked in. It's the Spirit Siphon for Pasha being enabled by that block. Duster will start his run with Sprites, and 3 points up and untouchable. They have to rely on Pasha's ulti to do the work, or they can just Decrepify and Drain. That'll also work. No one for the double kill. The bottom tower was brought down by the Troll Warlord, then he just ran out of there. And they're realizing, yeah, Tavo, go top, get your level 6. He needs this. He needs the space.
Yeah, it's still a decent position for paiN. I mean, they win the late game. They just need to continue to buy time. The key for them is that Troll is having an excellent start. So HFN is pretty much the star player of paiN, and I think that if he can continue to accelerate, they'll have a pretty good shot. They stun him down bottom on Pugna, but I think no one might just be okay running away.
They need to keep him slow. Oh, that'll work. Dream Coil. Hello, Arms. Perfect TP in. No one nowhere to go. And they'll end up giving the 3 times killing spree to HFN as well.
A smoke in response from VP towards mid, though.
Now, they're looking for anyone who's going to defend against Ramsey's push. It's going to be Duster. Still no level 6 on this Enchantress, so no nice abilities yet. And Cold Feet locked, controlled, 1 charges, and the heal, not enough. Troll is starting his TP in now, and that's because Puck coming in with a haste rune, so they may have got a chance to kill somebody. But with the orb forward, Puck with the rift, 1 more attack should do the job. He's underneath the tower, quick phase shift to dodge that damage. King RD will land the stun as well. He needs more distance. Ramses and Pasha, even no one TPing in to be part of this. And Arms gonna orb and jaunt back up. No, he got Dragon Tail stunned in the trees. Oops.
If Puck lives there, that's actually so worth it because Tavo was farming top the entire time, but just barely getting stunned.
Yeah, that timing just didn't seem nice for him.
Yeah. The one thing about VP's draft is that the AA, Tusk, DK, like, I don't want to say they're low damage heroes, but they don't, I don't know how to put it, like their AoE is really not that great now that the DP is this far behind. And these BKBs on paiN, once they come out, like they're going to use Coil, and Troll Enigma are just going to run in and kill everybody.
But then again, is that really going to work? Like, if you have the Veil, you have the Ether Lens, and then you are able to finish up... I was actually thinking no one was going to go with just a straight-up Dagon. You know, you just start blasting down these critical heroes at the beginning.
Yep.
I think the thing I'm more interested to see about is like the BKB timings of Troll Warlord as well as the Enigma. One, so Enigma can get his full ulti off without having the silence interrupt him or whatever. But also if they don't get magically bursted down. If Troll Warlord can stand the fights that way and not worry about the Cripper fight.
No, for sure. I mean, this is a really hard game for Troll. AA, Pugna, DP, like it's the same as like a Gyro, right? When your BKB is either not up yet or starts to lower in duration as you use it, you're super susceptible to magic damage and burst, and you can't really utilize lifesteal in this game because of the AA. So it's really just farming. And that's why I think he's going for the battlefield, because
he has to phase shift. Oh boy, Virtus.pro. This was paiN Gaming looking for the last hit on that mid tower to gain all the extra money if possible, but now it'll be denied.
In the meantime, Tavo still just farming top. Just finished his Midas.
Yep. Propel them forward towards the BKB. Duster gets caught out by no one. The Enchantress, almost impossible to survive against the attack of a Pugna, especially when he's got Veil and Ether Lens now. And he's actually going to go for a BKB for no one.
Really?
I thought he was going to be a little bit more aggressive with his item build, but he's got BKB in the quick buy.
It's not bad. I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of that, because I think that you can't decrep yourself when you're BKB'd, and Trolls might just run at him. So it's okay.
Maybe he's just more concerned about like the continuous stuns that can come his way. The fact that Puck Silence does effectively shut him down. But if you wanted that, like, would you just get something like a Yule Scepter or some kind of like disable like that? Because then you've got another way to cancel Black Hole.
The other thing is, like, Enchantress Impetus does go through BKB. The Black Hole goes through BKB, as does the Midnight Pulse. So I'm not sure I'm a fan. I feel like he might change that up. We'll see. I think he could just go for more offensive power, even like a Kaya. But Dagon could work, maybe an Ags.
I will keep an eye on it. Virtus.pro take the tier 1 tower on the top lane in the meantime, burning the exorcism for it. They still have Dragon Form on cooldown for another 20 seconds, but it's not stopping them from forcing the top tier 2 tower. Radiant connect on the scan inside their own jungle, so they realize that heroes are rotating down to the bottom. So there's going to be a straight trade up of towers. Full safe lane towers, all to go down. But Virtus.pro, they look to be a lot faster. The Ice Blast is going to have a nice AoE, going to connect on 3 heroes of paiN on the bottom lane.
I think I look to pressure tier 3 a bit here. Like, you definitely look to force them back.
You don't have Exorcism, however. I don't know if Virtus.pro, like, force them back.
Roger's already bottom. He might look to cancel some TPs. Troll actually does not have a TP yet, and they're going to have to back away before they even get to tier 2.
Yep, here's the Puck TP, but Roger not getting close enough to anyone just yet. The Puck Orb gets through the creep wave, but there's still heavy damage onto the tower, and they should jump forward. They went in towards the shrine. AA instantly deleted, but there's a lot more support coming. Delayed TPs because they're all coming to the same location. King RD, Burrow Strike in 2. He does not have that time.
The typical VP 5-man rotate. They all teleport in. AA does go down, but they get the tower. And
they took 600 off that tier 3.
Yeah, it's pretty significant in truth.
They're going to try and fight mid too. No one's looking for a good target. Moving nice and quick with that haste rune. HFN is the primary target for him. Ramses, no Blink Dagger just yet. He's 100 away. As they start
right on a
to Crepper fight, looking for Troll Warlord. They're going to get him back in range of the shrine and away from the Ice Blast. They can fly out the charge. HFN still wants a little bit more distance. He's not ready to fight yet. He's so close. If they got that kill, like, he just has to have the courier buy the D. Like, where's that courier going? It's got the anti booster, but it's not. No, he's just running over to buy it himself. Battle Fury up. That's what they could have delayed with that kill. Also realize it's the Radiant courier, not the Dire courier.
It's a really dangerous location for paiN to be in when you're sitting on a ward like that against a draft like Pugna.
No, the ward's stopping him from having any fight.
That's both shrines down now for 5 minutes, and I'm sure VP's next play is going to be a setup for Roche eventually. It's hard, though. They can't really do it that fast.
Blink Dagger on Ramses. First reveal up on top. Jumps to Tavo, and that is one easy kill.
Big target to take down. Slows down his BKB. As we discussed, that's really the key item for paiN to fight around.
All right, Virtus.pro. How do you want to play this? Do you keep the status quo? Do you keep taking these little skirmishes? Bottom lane, Pasha. He's probably the most exposed of any of Virtus.pro. The Blink Dagger is still on cooldown for the puck, and he's not actually going to keep the chase going. Still dangerous to battle Virtus.pro in this area inside their own jungle because you've got that Radiant Shrine that can be burnt at any time. They smoke up instead. paiN Gaming running towards the mid. There was no vision by Virtus.pro of this. But Solo is nicely in the tree. Sentry Ward to drop. They know where they are. And potentially, yep, double silence. They're not going to commit the Dream Call. Just kill off Solo. Roger's in the neighborhood. So paiN Gaming happy with the fight so far. Dream Call will catch both Roger and no one. They take the stun then into the snowball. It was only after the Dark Wave. Roger! Oh, he didn't really mean to take that. The Dragon Tail stun is onto the Enchantress with the blast, and Decrepify is a lot of damage into the Enchantress, and your Black Hole from Tavo. It got Courier as well. No one will fall. Epicenter is there. They're just lacquering it on top. And Virtus.pro maybe a little bit more as Pasha wants to stand his ground and try and fight this one. He managed to pick up the puck, but loses his life so quickly. HFN being enabled easily. Ice Blast is on the way in. HFN backs off in time. Does not get crispy.
paiN played that fight really well. This game could still go either way. It's getting scary for VP, honestly. I think this Enigma BKB is going to be a huge deal. Yasha soon to be finished on Troll. I'm sure he'll go like Yasha or SNY into BKB. And the thing is really just Roche, because paiN can do Roche very easily, and it is incredibly difficult for VP to ever do it. So paiN probably wants to look to like beta fight around Roche, get the kills, and then look to do so, because VP will play around that Roche very well, and I'm scared for paiN if they try and take a fight in the pit, because there's still a lot of team fight on VP.
Yeah, they'll need more if they're going to be able to have the far superior fight. Like, you need to have both Blink BKBs, a Blink BKB on the Enigma. The Blink Dagger is already on the SK, so King RD can combo nicely every single time the fight begins. But that BKB also needs to be on the Troll, as you said. And he's actually got a Mithril Hammer sitting in his quick buy. So he got the Yasha and now just has a casual Mithril Hammer. There's no full BKB there, just Mithril.
Yeah, it's probably his choice, though. He just wants to make sure he buys that first. Oh, wow.
Yeah, Puck dying in the mid lane in the meantime. Thought he had an opportunity. Ramses just blinks forward, going on to the Enchantress. One charges, Sprites trying to heal up through that, but when Decrepify blasted, the damage is too much to repair, and all the rest of paiN were distracted by Pasha. Running around inside the jungle, so VP double damage rune on the Dragon Knight, and once he goes in again, Tavo, no chance to use any ability. Virtus.pro arrive in the mid. No exorcism available, but it doesn't matter when Ramses is such a boss.
And max Ice Vortex on the AA plus max Decrep is 90% increased magic damage.
Where's this buyback? You've got Epicenter from King RD. He's waiting on the northern side of this fight. Preps the Epicenter blink. Burrow Strike into the back lines. Wants to kill off Solo. He gets silenced up, pulls him out of the Sandstorm. There was no quick follow-up, but it at least protects the tier 3 tower.
That was not the hero you want to have buyback. I'm not quite sure what he did either. No black hole prepared.
Yeah, yeah. There was nowhere to close the distance either. Like, unless you TP'd onto the front of the tier 3 tower, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah, it's not looking nearly as scary for VP anymore. Their 3 cores are all in a pretty good position. Pasha, even though he was super behind in the early game, is now ahead of everyone on the enemy team except for Troll.
Yep. But Troll is the critical factor. Like, unless Tuskar can keep him perfectly controlled, once that BKB is there, like, you don't have like the Naga net that we saw in the previous game as the controlling factor on the core. Like, oh, what do I do as a Luna? I just have to stand still. Troll is a lot more free to move once that BKB is up. His problem is like VP decrepifying their own teammates or the life being pushed in by Pugna.
They're going to camp out this bottom lane, but I don't think VP is going to enter that area anymore. They've been doing a really good job of just mirroring the map, making sure top and mid are pushed all the time. And they're just going to go right Roche. Yeah.
Dark Troll Summoner does go down, but this is that fact you're talking about, right? Like, paiN does not want to take this fight. VP knows they're far superior. So paiN at least can just add a little bit of pressure to the tier 3 tower on bottom. They lose Roshan, they lose the Aegis Immortal, but VP won't push for the next minute because Exorcism will not be available. And they're already starting to back up, just feeling the push is going to be coming from Virtus.pro. A full 5-man rotation is what they always do. King RD, get a scouted out, breaks the smoke, Puts a ward up in the hill and then blink away to safety. Everyone else from paiN, it's time to run.
Yeah, I mean, VP's fine with this. They blew all their cooldowns, so even though they don't get a kill, I still like the decision to smoke. You know, you get out of the Roche pit as 5. Maybe you get a kill, maybe you don't, but it at least allows you to take back the map. paiN forced to retreat to their side. Puck going for Yules, won't have it for some time. Surprised he actually fell so far behind. I thought Arms was having a better game than this, but he's just been trying to get involved so much that he hasn't been split pushing lanes nearly as much as a usual Puck would.
Yeah. Well, he needs to be the control factor until Tavo is the BKB. And he is their only jump in initiator, like next to the SK, but it feels like they're using King RD as the follow-up with the epicenter. So he's never the first one to go in.
HFN, 500 gold from his BKB. Tavo, 350 from his. So once they get those items, even into Aegis, it might be go time, but at the very least, they should be willing to take a fight. BKB and Aegis already complete on no one's Pugna. Pasha's going to go for an Aeon disc, it looks like.
Actually got BTs next as well for no one. They are really just trying to make sure that paiN Gaming have no opportunities in the fight just to magical burst down anyone. But I mean, they can't burst them down. That's not the way their lineup really works. There's the BKB, 5-man smoke up, paiN moving early. They want to catch out someone. DK, the closest one, Rams in the mid, blink, Burrow Strike, Tavo. Is it just worth committing that ultimate of his? The snowball jump in, the Black Hole's there. He'll get Tuskar as well as DK, enabling HFN to fight harder. The BKB's out the Dream Call, catching Pasha. Nowhere for this Death Prophet to run out to. The Burrow Strike holds her in position. And 3 heroes without buyback. paiN may just try and force something down the mid now.
The issue is that the 2 heroes they can't really push into are still alive in the AA Pugna. And they can get the tier 2, but they can't really threaten tier 3 at all. They'll just get spammed and maybe even die by catching too much magic damage to the face. Like even just the Nether Blast when AA's W's down and somebody's decrept is like it's like 500 plus damage.
Yep. So instead they back out, they look towards bottom lane. King RD is trying to stop the DK illusions that were pushing this lane out. But this is still exactly what paiN Gaming needed. Fantastic fight. They take the tier 2 tower. Now item progression is something we can look at a lot more closely. HFN's going for a blink dagger now after he got the BKB. So he wants to jump with the rest of his team. They want to move hard. They want to move fast.
I mean, they stuck to the script, right? We were talking about it all game. They get the BKBs, they smoke, they go, and they get exactly what they wanted.
Yep. Now it's Ramses who was on the hunt. Yeah. Blink Dagger is up, and Puck. Yeah, the Dragon Tail Stun will be there, but the follow-up. Ice Blast is coming in. All 3 heroes from paiN. The Snowball delaying the fight. They're snowballing over towards King RD. Now flip him on the hill. The Dream Call trying to create space. Decrepify Blast again. Arms just getting controlled by no one.
Yep, and the strength of VP is
look at the BT. He actually TP's out to the lane. They tried to enchant the creep to create a little bit more space, and now Duster continues the run. Who can help him? Decrepify, Blast, Drain, that's a lot of life, and Ramses will hold him in position with the Dragon Tail Stun. Now it's VP looking to push high ground and finish that tier 3 tower. Quick buyback by Puck. They need all the counter push they can get right now.
You can't take that fight with no ults up. It's just not possible, and that's because VP took Roche earlier, so they didn't get the Aegis.
Where's that Midnight Pulse? Where's any kind of slowdown? Tavo needs to get it right over the top of the towers. The push is coming in with the Exorcism, but they just blink. Ice Blast, control, deletes Enigma, deletes Puck. You thought they were heroes, but they were just paper. Virtus.pro will now take 2 lanes of Rax.
That's why they've won the last 2 majors.
This just seems too easy right now. Way, way too easy.
It's the power of playing around objectives. It's all that Roche. They lose the fight to that BKB reveal, the Enigma ult, but they only get a tier 2. There's no Roche, there's no tier 3 threat.
They want to end this now.
Yeah.
It's been a long day at the office. Virtus.pro, they're looking for another victory if possible. They already managed to claim 1. And this was a game which we kind of knew was going to go a little bit faster just because Virtus.pro are such a fantastic team at the moment. Even with a good draft advantage, it would have been difficult for paiN. They went for something different. They went for something unusual. HFN could be a superstar. He can kill off Death Prophet. No, he can't. The Yule Scepter up. Actually, with the double Burrow Strike, they're holding the line. Roger Snowball's closer in. He got a buyback. No, actually not available. Not for the Troll Warlord. He's short by another 400 gold. So the tier 4 towers all fall. Virtus.pro are on the run. The Dream Call will not be able to connect. VP would be very willing to turn around and try and fight this if they want to.
Wow. I haven't seen a game turn that quick in quite some time.
It's if you actually look at the graph, for a while it was bouncing pretty close and then just skyrocket. The experience is still pretty close, but it's the gold. You just lost so much of your base. And that money injection. They'll see King RD in the mid. He burrows and gets stunned mid-burrow. Yep. And there goes your blink stun initiation. Just trying to relieve some pressure in the mid. The VP waited. They were waiting a minute for that kill.
No buyback on him either.
And now you just got a full Spirit Vessel as well onto the Tusker. All right. And a day gone for the Pugner. All right. Actually, he sold it. He sold it and he's buying an Aeon disc.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't mind that, actually. Yeah, he really only dies to burst. He might even proc during Enigma ult. All he has to do is stay alive, right? Get his BKB off. BKB also finished on Ramses.
Blink Dagger, Enigma. The time is now, boys. The time is now. Yes, it really is though stupid. Like, you get a blink, a good blink black hole, and the Troll Warlord can wreck face. So if Virtus.pro get their positioning even slightly wrong, you get locked inside the black hole, you've got another AoE control, which comes in through the puck, Tusker. Just trying to have a quick look down the tree line, but that's where paiN Gaming was setting up their own trap. Hoping to fight around the tier 2 tower. Observers and sentries, they saw him coming from a mile away. But paiN still actually have the ability to fight, even if they have been crippled pretty heavily inside their own base.
Yeah, he hasn't made like the most flashy plays in this game, but Roger is so good. Just throwing that out there, letting everybody know.
Okay.
Even though he's dead.
Just rub it in a little bit. Oh, here's another attack. HFN. Down to half of his life. Ice Blast. He's standing smack bang in the middle of it. Tambo get hit by this. It's going to delay that Blink Dagger of his. He can't get into the fight. King RD burning the epicenter. He'll be able to blink Burrow Strike, but not all the pulses really connected. No one at Ramses. That's more of a tickle behind the ears. That wasn't damaging at all. King RD just slowed, decrepified, walked back. HFM, this is the most disjointed team fight we've seen from paiN so far. It is one by one they jump in, commit abilities, commit items, and they do not find anything that they're looking for.
Yeah, Sand King Epi procced the damage from the Nether Ward, and then his blink comes in much later than it should be. He only gets 3 pulses off instead of 9.
Here comes your Ice Blast. Tavo and Arms once again, they cannot blink forward. Troll Warlord sucks dry, and that's good game, well played. Virtus.pro took them almost 30 minutes, but they have managed to claim their second victory. It was EG earlier today, and it's paiN Gaming now.
paiN didn't play too bad, but you're going to have to be a little more polished than that to take down the best team in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
They had a hope, though.
They had a hope. It lasted in the early game. Like, they were fighting hard. They had a good lane for the Troll Warlord. They had good lanes all round, apart from the Enigma. And then eventually he started playing catch up. But they had some synergy there, potentially.
He kind of sabotaged himself. I can't, please, if you're watching, guys, don't chase a support out of your lane to other lanes. Stay in your lane, okay? Stay in your lane.
He probably sat there going, okay, so it'll be a dead race between SK as well as the AA. So what do? I have to run with him, right? It's not like I can just give him my boots.
If only that were a thing. It'd be a lot more fun to play with my brothers if they could pool me.
All right. One more game today. One more game today. The people to tell you all about it are our wonderful panel.
Thank you very much, Toby. Yes, one more game today, but we'll break down the 7th game of the day with our panel members once more, who were bright-eyed and bushy-tailed watching that. If you believe that, you'll believe anything. Gents, it was a fairly predictable game, wasn't it?
No. It was closer than I thought it would actually be. I thought they would be able to take advantage of Tavo going for Midas and the Battle Fury Troll. I thought the VP was actually going to run over it a little bit more, but some deaths, some costly deaths where they were trying to, I always call it like save your buddy syndrome, where they like kind of, one person died, then they went to go help him, another person died, and it was just like a chain sequence. But overall, I thought paiN had a pretty good shot in this one. It was pretty much like right after all this that VP just exploded and were able to take their whole base in a matter of like 3 minutes.
Yeah, that is the danger of any one of these. Like, they've got 3 different cores that are all going to be able to push high ground. They've even got an Enchantress as one of the supports as well. So they can definitely threaten high ground really, really quickly. And so you just have to be very crisp and very polished. And you can't afford to be losing any of these team fights.
Like, this is it, right? Yeah, they have a 2K lead right now on paiN. And right after this, the game actually pretty much abruptly is over because VP, they win this, they kill 2 or 3 heroes, they go straight to the base, and yeah, the base pretty much all dies.
I mean, good early game from paiN. They've sort of tried to keep up with Virtus.pro, but the end of it got very ragged, Jack, didn't they?
Yeah, they're pretty aggressive early on. I think VP maybe played a little stoppily, but ultimately I think what mattered is just kind of the level of balance of the lineups. I mean, VP again, like probably not showing too much at this point. Like a very balanced lineup. You have your front line, you have your tower hitters. Like everything just makes a lot of sense there. But for paiN, you have a couple of weaknesses. So they don't really have a clear frontliner in this game. They have a lot of initiation, but no real frontliner. Also, once Black Hole is down, it's just like it's really hard for them to fight. Partly for that reason, they can't really hold the formation at all against VP. And so during those timings when the Black Hole down, if they can't get enough damage done, then it just becomes really hard for them to fight. And we just saw VP just as soon as that window came, they just exploited it.
And they're running a single core, so that's Enigma Puck and then a Troll Warlord. So this Troll has to be pretty damn farmed in this game to actually stand versus these cores. And you're looking at Dragon Knight. That hero is going to bulk up quite a lot versus Troll. It's going to make it hard. Death Prophet's going to itemize, and then Pugna is just traditionally very good versus the Troll. So once that BKB does start ticking down, it's like, sure, he has this farm, got the battlefield at a decent time, had the BKB as well. But when BKB, I don't even think we saw it really get down to that moment, but if that does get to a 5-second BKB versus VP's timings, the game just gets harder and harder as it progresses. And Tavo, he did struggle. Like you said, he didn't have someone to really... Sure, he had these people to start the fight, but didn't have that frontliner to let him always get those black holes off. And everybody, I think you mentioned it in the draft too, Cap, was fairly squishy heroes coming out on the side of paiN. So they can't survive long enough for Tavo to actually get a good positioning with that Enigma.
Yeah, somehow HFN needs to be the frontliner. He also needs to be their damage dealer. He needs to also be the like kind of tankier hero. And all of this like just means that one proper disengage from Virtus.pro, whether it's a snowball save, whether it's a Decrepify save, you know, maybe a Force Staff or something like that. Like all it takes is one play where the initiation of paiN Gaming is kind of ruined, and their team fight's just naturally going to fall over from there.
Couple of highlights on the scoreboard. No one 10-13 and Rams is 7-2 and 16. Do they feature in your MVP decision, Fogged?
Yeah, I mean, no one's been phenomenal in pretty much every game that they've played for the last 3 months. I actually don't think I see him have more than like 4 deaths in any of the games that he's been playing. He's been an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's been a monster. I saw him earlier as well. I don't know if you caught a glimpse of him after the first game they played today. It was a pretty straightforward victory for them, and a dominant victory actually, but they cut to the shot inside the boot and he got up and he was actually looked visibly quite angry with a couple of his teammates, almost like that wasn't good enough. And that's a real measure of a man and a team actually that have already qualified for TI.
It's all about that perfection at this point.
And yet they want more. I admire them for that. I think that's a tough thing to do. Kuroki's talked about it before. You win TI, how do you come back? How do you keep motivated? I think it's just as hard for a set of players who've got the best part of, 4 months to go until we get to TI? Almost 5 months, actually. And they've already qualified.
You could very easily say, like, I mean, what does our form really matter for this 2 months, just 3 months? Like, as long as we're in shape for TI, that's all that matters, and we've already guaranteed that we'll be there.
Every game matters to these boys.
They've always been really hard on their subs, too, right? We've seen, even like in the documentary and all that, they're always just like, this should have been better, this should have been better, et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yeah, it's incredible. Let's bring you up to date with the results so far today. Both groups have been playing simultaneously, of course, so it's worth updating on you on the scores. We've almost completed our day, 7 out of 7 in both groups. In Groups A, wins for King Gaming earlier on, wins for Optic Gaming as well. A big win for OG over Vici Gaming. King Gaming also going down to Team Liquid, which then meant we were all at 1-1-1. Newbie then lost to Vici, so they went to 1-1. And LGD took down TNC. The last match that we've seen so far on that other stream, which you can catch, is PGL_Dota, is Newbie losing to Optic Gaming, which means Optic Gaming become the first team in that group to go 2-0 and 0 so far, and they've played Newbie and TNC, don't forget. They've got potentially easier games to come, so really good start for the North American team in that one. Liquid versus LGD right now over on the second stream. And in Group B over here, we've been following this one all day. The left-hand side seems to have been popular all day long until Invictus Gaming spoiled it, despite the fact that Jack went with IG.
Did you?
Yeah, I had to.
I don't think he watched the same matches we've watched.
Give them a warm welcome back to the DP.
Welcome back to defending champions. I think that one was. Right, thank you very much, gents. We'll take one more quick break when we come back. IG will be in action once more. Can they do better this time round?